Hey, iBelieve community. How you guys doing? I wrote a post for Crosswalk, which is kind of a sister site with iBelieve, recently called, "Should I Face My Feelings or Fake Them?" When I hear that question, it seems kind of obvious, at least to me, but I think the reality is that a lot of us fake our feelings. I'm passionately intentional about working through emotions and feelings, and I still fake my feelings at times. Sometimes it's just easier. Sometimes it feels like it's less work to deny the feelings that we have. But the reality is that when we do deny our feelings, when we fake being fine and we're really hurting inside, we prevent ourselves from experiencing more of God, more of our lives and the fullness of who He's created us to be, and we prevent ourselves from experiencing connection with other people. If we never have a need because we've had a bad day or because we're going through something difficult, if we're always fine, that's not really something to look up to because there's nothing to connect to. If we're always fine, we don't need Jesus. And if we're always fine, we don't need other people. And so other people would find it hard to connect with us and even want to be around us. Because who wants to be around somebody who's always perfect or got it all together? And there's still definitely a balance of oversharing or saying things without wisdom. Being very vulnerable with someone who's not safe, for example. That's not necessarily wise. So what can we do? How can we face the feelings? What can we do as some of our first steps? I'd say that the first step is getting honest with yourself. If you just even kind of recognize, recently I was talking to so-and-so, I had a Zoom call or I saw someone in person, whatever the situation was, and they asked me how I was doing, and I said I was just fine. Maybe in that situation, that's what I needed to do because it was just kind of a casual conversation and it wasn't really the right place to bring up something else. But maybe in another circumstance, it's with a friend who is trying to get to know me and we're working a connection or we already are connected, and maybe saying the reality is I'm kind of struggling right now. I know God's got His hand on things, and I think we have this tendency to say a lot of the things that we can be sure of to make it sound better that we're struggling. The reality is sometimes we just need to say it. So maybe we couldn't say it in that situation, but we can get honest with ourselves. And I think that's where it starts, where we kind of practice with ourselves. And then being honest with ourselves, we get honest with God. One of the reasons I love using the Unleash Sheets tool is because it helps me do both of those at the same time. So I kind of know in my mind that I'm trying to push through because I need to, and that's just the best way that I can make use of my time and energy for that week. But the reality is that I'm really struggling with the thoughts that are coming in, like ruminating thoughts or fears about something, and I kind of can sense that they're around, but I'm not dealing with any of them. So I use the tool and I kind of step back and say, okay, I'm going to pay attention to this is here. These feelings are here, these thoughts are here, these experiences are here, and allow God to speak to them. And just talk to God. It's not like He doesn't already know, but actually just to say, hey, yeah, God, I'm feeling this way. Like David did, and Job did, and even Jesus crying out in the garden. The feelings that they had that were honest, that were real, that were allowing that emotion to surface. So should we face our feelings or fake them? I say we need to face them, but we can also benefit from taking some practical steps of learning how to be honest with ourselves and God first, then learning how to develop relationships with people that are safe where we can face our feelings with them. And maybe that even starts with a professional counselor, and just kind of learning what it looks like to be honest without necessarily having to share all the details or expect that everybody can handle those emotions, right? But if we don't face them, if we don't get honest with the fact that they're there, then we lose out. We lose out on real goodness and a real friendship with our Creator God who loves us so much. I hope you'll be encouraged today to just start facing your feelings by identifying them. Look up a feeling words chart. You can use Unleash Sheets too. There's 2 pages of words vocabulary there, and just start identifying, these are feelings that are all kind of simmering inside of me. Now what, God? And bring it to Him in prayer. If you like, you can mention, say, pray for me below, and I'd be happy to pray for you as well. Take care, friends.